to stay on my good side. Because that ain't the point. The point is, we got to recognize what we're up against, and from that, figure out what we got to do about it. And Avakian puts forward in his work, we got to drive this regime out, and he talks about how to do it.
Certainly not too soon. There's a constitutional lawyer who teaches constitutional lawyers what they should have learned in the constitutional law classes in law school. His name is John Whitehead, and when Obama was in office, he was talking about fascism. His website is Rutherford. What is it? The RutherfordInstitute.org. His name is John Whitehead. His hero has been for a long time Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And in some of his videos, he wears an image. He wears a T-shirt with an image of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And again, he's been talking about fascism when Obama was in office. He saw it coming. So we're definitely not jumping the gun at all. And we need to act quickly and do everything we can to stop this from happening. Part of this talking about.
Thank you. My name is Brooke Cerda, and I think we need to focus on solutions. And for me, the solution is to support leftist governments, like the new government in Argentina, Alberto Fernandez, who is more like center-left. It's not really much. The same thing in Dominican Republic with Luis Abinader. He's center and a little bit left, and we need to pressure them into doing more internationally, organizing, voting in the United Nations, for the people. I am Mexican. We are blessed with having the best president in the world, López Obrador. And he's doing great things, but we feel very alone. The media is just attacking us, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, every week, and nobody contests all these lies against our government, which is a totally leftist government. He's done tremendously so much stuff for people, especially indigenous nations. So, but we have no platform still. Just a couple of weeks ago, the United States ordered YouTube to remove all Venezuela YouTube channels, Venezolana de Televisión, VTV. So I'm talking about there was since 2007. So we're talking about hundreds of thousands of videos, live streams, everything has been erased. It's been silenced. I watch a lot of Venezuelan television, and I see Telesur more and more being lukewarm. Telesur is really not addressing a lot of stuff. The same with Russia TV, it's getting more and more shy into exposing. So we're getting cornered. So this mediatic silence terrified me. Terrified me because just 2 days ago on 9/11, it's been we commemorated 47 years since the coup d'etat in Chile that killed Salvador Allende. Is this thing on? Because okay. So it is like terrifying how in I think it was 1979 when they killed him. There was no press, no nothing. They just went and got him out of the way to put Pinochet, who was a genocidal maniac, who just, ever since then, Latin America, it's horrible. I mean, like, they don't want migration, but these people have nothing to eat. And we know Latin America is a blessed land. We have everything, to make money with. Even beautiful beaches for tourism. Everything has been destroyed. All the infrastructure, everything that we can feed our people with has been, watered down. So we're not really producing much. So that's just like my solution. If you see something, question these newspapers. Especially the LA Times, which is a fascist media. I mean, most of them are. They're just sold out. In 2016, they said it was going to be with us, the media, and now it's just like, they say Mr. President, President Trump. It's like, like nothing. We're just bending over and taking it. So I'm sorry that I get so angry, but you are right on point. This is a recipe for disaster. Thank you. Who get the mic back? Oh. Thank you. A lot that I didn't know. You want the mic? No. Yeah, take the mic. It's open mic. It's open mic time. It's just like we need to vent. We're gonna go crazy.
You got something to say? No,
I
ask.
just told a lot that I did not know, but I know.
No, the media is complacent. It's their media. It's not our media.
Yeah.
It's not for the people.
Yeah, I've been noticing RT also in Telesur. They don't have what they used to have. They still have some good programming, but yeah, they're not as outspoken as they used to be. So yeah, the media is fading in. What about the Real News? How's that doing? RealNews.com in Baltimore. How's that doing? As far as reporting, she was talking about Telesur and RT. They're not as outspoken as they used to be, and I can see and agree with what she's saying. And I was wondering, I know Real News used to be, and I guess it still is, a real good source, or are they still outspoken as they used to be, or not?
All right, I guess, look, I want to get into this question of genocide. I tried to sharpen it up. Maybe I talked too long. Is this really a looming, slow genocide turning into a fast one? Does the Trump-Pence regime actually pose that threat? Like I said, I noticed, okay, there we go. Because I noticed some people was taking notes, and I thought that might mean they had some thinking. One of them has just raised their hand.
I'm sorry, I just get really nervous when it comes to talking in front of other people, but when it comes to the genocidal statement, I think it's slowly in act, but it's more under wraps where we don't see it as much. Like you said about calling Trump a genocidal racist, I would like to add on how, now, he is that, but this system hasn't been in place since day one. After slavery, the prison system, and just all the things that have been set in place affecting minority groups. And also, I just feel like it's always been in place, but with Obama being president, he didn't exploit that. And now that we have someone who's coming from a privileged background, who's someone who has white privilege, who doesn't see things from a citizen's standpoint or a homeless person's standpoint, he's gonna exploit that and take advantage of many people. Yeah, that's...
also, like you said, it didn't start with Trump. This didn't start with COVID. Just like the inequalities in the healthcare system in general. I forget the exact statistic, but an African American woman is much more likely to die in childbirth than basically any other race. And then also people of color are more likely to have things that are perfectly preventable, like diabetes, hypertension, and treatable also.
Look, we came here today to get into a discussion around this. And I really appreciate people having their say, but don't just have it and then stop. Now, we can go one of two ways. I have a question I could add in, and we could get in, see if that gets anything going. Or, this is a 10-part series. We have 2 more parts for this series. We could play those 2 parts and then continue our discussion. So, play those 2 parts? Okay.
Yeah, we was in there.
We're going to play 4 and 5.